Well, throughout Thursdays, today, let's talk about EAA Air Adventure 2021 and how EAA made those planes soar sky high and Ford drove their cars into the ground. First of all, let me say, Oshkosh this year was fantastic. Now, obviously, because of COVID, certain things didn't happen. Like in the main dragway, they didn't have the big planes changing every day, So, I was there till Thursday, and only 2 of them changed different planes. That's okay. It was super cool. It was still really nice, all the displays they had. And they didn't have the big Monday night concert, but instead they had, I think, not a same replacement, but a suitable and nice replacement with the STOL aircraft demonstration where they're landing at a certain point. There's like a competition there. And a really nice nighttime RC air show. They had a father-son team that did their thing. It was awesome. Then this young lady who was in college, she did really cool stuff, and she was really good. Then they had a competition guy, and he was fantastic. It was nice. And it was nice up and close because, no one knew about it, no one was there. So you just right up next to it. So that was super nice. And the displays were awesome. A lot of new technology. It was just really nice to be with plain people, Just all the cool stuff, learn about it, talking to about it, stuff that probably won't be in planes for like 20 years, It took us forever to get diesels, even though, Europeans have had it since like the 90s. Americans, we don't like change. Either way, that was super nice. And it was really nice to finally shake someone's hand. That's right, I touched people. It felt good. Another nice new trend is that instead of having these young 20-something models that know nothing, and just sit there and twirl their hair like this, they had really attractive, educated, older women. And that is just a good trend. It's a good change because you can go up to these ladies, talk to them about planes. They know what you're talking about. They can give you answers. You can ask them like, what does this aircraft's fuel burn per hour? They'll give you an answer. It's just nice. Look, I like an attractive woman in a skimpy outfit just like any other guy, especially at a car show when they have these decked out custom cars, That's fine. But when you're talking about plane people, talking about production planes and new technology, it's nice to talk to someone who knows the stuff or is an engineer or who can really explain it to you, And for you ladies, there's plenty of attractive foreign men there. And I know you American women love the foreign accents there. There's a bunch of people from Czechoslovakia and France and even Britain, And it was fantastic. I saw a very attractive older woman pilot talking to one of the guys from TechCom, and she was very smitten. And I could tell he was like, well, you're very attractive as well. Now, even though he was younger in his 30s and she was probably in her 50s, it's still that nice exchange. Women need it too, but we gotta be fair, It's a good trend though. Good trend to be changing, and I hope to see it more. Educated, older, attractive woman in nice leggings and a tight polo top with the logo on there looks a lot better than those skimpy outfits that those 27-year-old girls wear. It's more professional. And we still get to enjoy the looks while talking to them, which is totally okay. Also this year, there was tons of production and classics and home builds and custom paint job planes all across the flight line. Really nice. I think it might have been a record. They say it was more than 2019, but it was so cool to see all these planes. It warmed my heart. And the air show was amazing. Now, obviously, it didn't have Tora, budgets. It's COVID. But they made it work, and they had plenty of acrobatics and cool shows, and it just was really fun. Nice to see everybody there. EAA, really, they made some sweet lemonade out of some spoiled COVID lemons. But that is not what Ford has done. No. They give a shit. So when I was younger, Ford had the Ford tent. They're one of the biggest sponsors of Oshkosh. They have been for years. They have the Ford Theater where they have the movies there every night for the campers. They've had the Monday night concerts. They have a big tent right near the center stage flight line area. They've been there since I can remember. And when I was younger, they had really cool cars. Like I remember seeing a Lincoln when I was really young that had a sunroof that made the whole roof go basically down to the trunk, and you had this big old roof. Like, oh my God, it's so cool. They had concept cars back then there, and when they had Mazda there, they had Mazda Speed 3s, and just years, like 5-6 years ago, they had the Ford Focus ST, the Fiesta ST, they had all 3 generations of the Ford GT, and Mustangs, and Ford Taurus Show. It was awesome. But now, not so much there. I'm gonna give Ford a little bit of a compliment sandwich here, all right? So first start with so they had the Bronco Sport. Well, Bronco Sport is useless. It's a crappy UV. That's a good name for it. No more wannabe SUV. It's now UV. But the thing about the Bronco Sport, even though it's a UV and it's usually useless, it has a little nugget of hope because they're taking that platform and they're making the Ford Maverick, which is basically a small compact truck that we haven't seen since the Ford Ranger in the 90s, you know? And that's nice because I think that makes sense. You really don't need an off-roader truck that can haul 6,000 pounds when you're just a landscaper or you have a family and you want bigger boot space, so you put a topper on it and you have a big-ass boot, or you want to carry some garbage or some leaves, you know, or a pop-up trailer, and it will tow 2,000 or 4,000 pounds if you have the tow package. It makes sense. Now, I don't think it's going to get the gas mileage you say it's going to get. It's a turbocharged engine. You're probably going to look like the old Ranger. I would say 23 to 25 is more realistic. We'll see what they say. I mean, they're talking about in the 30s. I doubt that. I highly doubt that. But either way, it is what we need today. And we need that 10 years ago, you know? I don't know. There's a lot of guys who have big F-150s. And I was like, well, you don't even need that. What do you tow? Like, a jet ski? You don't need that to tow a jet ski. So the Ford Maverick makes sense, and I'm glad it's coming. It's fantastic. Not a manual, but it still makes more sense. Now let's go back to... Okay? I was really excited to see the big Bronco. The big one. The full-size adult Bronco, baby. And it was there, and it's cool because it had this back wheel where it lock up, so you could do like a complete turn in the sand, and they had a display of it, and really cool. But they didn't have the manual, you know? What's up with that? No manual? They had the base model, 2-door, with the little engine. The manual's only available in the little engine, but it was an automatic. It's like, come on, guys. I mean, you can't just give a little nugget to the car, guys. Well, they did kind of give us a nugget. They had one car there, because they don't really make cars anymore. They did have a Mustang Bullet manual there, and that was really cool. I do like the Mustang still. It's still a cool looking car. I'd never buy a Mustang personally because I need more boot space in that. I wish they'd make it a hatchback, but you know, people I guess don't like hatchbacks anymore. I don't understand. But either way, that was a cool little nugget. But then they disappointed again. And they disappointed me with the Mustang Mach-E. Now, I know everyone's saying, oh, it's nice, it drives like a car, la-da-da, blah, 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 blah. I don't care. I don't care. See, if you're gonna make an electric vehicle, you know, you want efficiency. Because you're gonna be green, you're gonna be as green as you can be. I mean, Ford's got all this new stuff with this booth that's got recycled materials and biodegradable materials, all these green materials that they make in their cars. It's really cool. I was talking to the girl there, and it seems to be the future. I really like it. I think it's fantastic. But then they make the Mach-E, which is a UV, so it's taller up in the air, weighs more. And then they're like, ooh, speed. Well, speed's all nice, but comes with a cost. And the cost is usually efficiency. And 3.38 miles per kilowatt is not that efficient. Especially when you see the Hyundai Ioniq that gets 4.4. And part of that problem is they put a lot of power into it to get more speed. I just don't see the point in something like that. They could have saved a lot of money, made a car, lower to ground, that saves weight, giving it less power, that saves electricity, and I don't know, you actually get more boot space? They say it has 29 cubic feet of boot space, you know, but that's vertical space. Now, I agree, if you were to take some suitcases, put them up on top, sure, you know, you're gonna fit stuff, or if you put bins, you're gonna put a lot of stuff in there. But in reality, you know, you're not gonna do that. You got stuff like camping supplies. How are you gonna put your food on top of all that stuff without it falling down every time you open up the damn gate? It's just silly. A car with a hatchback makes more sense. That's why I like the Hyundai Ioniq. That's why I like the Prius. That's why I like the Celica. It just makes more sense. The vertical space thing is stupid. These UVs are stupid. Who's doing this? You know, I don't get it there. I don't really get it. It's just a big, heavy, useless thing. And they had this 0 to 30 display that they're trying to do, and like, yeah, even if they made a car and it's like, oh, it's still gotta be fast, it would be even faster. Guys, it bothers me. It's just I can't rack in my brain. Why do you guys buy these things? It's just so heavy, fat, looks like a turd. Well, anyway, speaking of heavy, something I actually like, and I will be doing a long conversation about, because I can't do a review, I don't got one, so, you know. But the Ford F-150 Lightning. Now, I think this is a good truck, and it makes sense, and supposedly with towing stuff, it'll go 300 miles. I think it's a good idea. I don't think it's going to be as practical as a regular truck, but I like it. It looks good. It's got plenty of frunk space, which I think is cool, and it's still a truck. So, you know, it does truck things, which they didn't really change the recipe too much. They just threw some electric motors on it, like, hey, truck. And you can charge your house with it. So I like it. I think that's cool. I think if they did more stuff like that, they could be better. I don't get this whole UV thing. I don't understand. Why, America? Why dare? Why? Just buy a car. Buy a Camry. Either way, I'm going to leave you guys with a few minutes of gorgeous Oshkosh Air Show, because EA knows how to do it right, and Ford screwed it up. My name is Shane. This has been Throughout Thursdays, and keep shifting there. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Keep shifting. The wings are swept forward. You see it? The wings are swept forward, Dad. They're just lights, but still cool. Look at that tight formation.
That's what I see your phone.